Welcome to the channel, coin lovers and collectors. In this video, we'll take a closer look at some of the most valuable United States of America 1-cent coins without a mint mark, found in circulated condition. These pennies may have been in use for years, but a few rare examples still hold incredible value because of their age, unique features, and historical background. We'll explore what makes these coins special, how to identify valuable pieces, and why collectors continue to search for them today. So grab your coin collection and check your old change. You might just have one of these hidden treasures. Let's get started. First up, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1938 in circulated condition. This coin is part of the iconic Lincoln Wheat penny series, a design that has stood the test of time and captured the hearts of collectors for generations. Even in circulated condition, the 1938 penny tells a story of endurance, history, and national pride. The 1938 Lincoln Wheat penny was designed by Victor David Brenner, whose portrait of President Abraham Lincoln remains one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. This design was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it replaced the Indian head cent that had circulated for decades prior. The coin's introduction marked a shift toward honoring real historical figures rather than symbolic designs, making it an important milestone in U.S. coin history. On the obverse side of the 1938 penny, we find the detailed profile of Abraham Lincoln facing right. The inscriptions include, "In God We Trust," above his head, "Liberty," to his left, and the year 1938 to his right. Since this coin has no mint mark, it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which was responsible for producing the majority of cents during that year. Despite circulation wear, Lincoln's portrait is usually visible enough to retain its historical dignity and symbolic strength. The reverse side of the coin displays the famous wheat ears design, two wheat stalks curving along the edges, framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. Above those words is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This reverse design beautifully captures America's agricultural roots and the unity of the nation during an era of change and recovery. The 1938 wheat penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a rich reddish-brown color when freshly minted. Over time and with circulation, that color darkens, sometimes turning a deep brown or even developing greenish hues from oxidation. In circulated condition, these pennies often show signs of wear on Lincoln's face and hair, with smoother surfaces and faded details on the wheat stalks. When we talk about 1938, we're stepping into a very interesting time in American history, the tail end of the Great Depression. The economy was slowly improving, but hardship was still widespread. People valued every cent, and coins like this one played a real part in daily survival. Whether used to buy a loaf of bread or saved for a rainy day, each penny was significant to the average American family. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 156 million of these pennies in 1938, so while they are not rare, they remain deeply symbolic of that pre-World War II era. Each coin from this period holds a connection to a time when the country was rebuilding hope and confidence after years of economic struggle. Collectors often appreciate circulated coins like this for their historical authenticity. A well-worn 1938 penny might have passed through countless hands, workers, soldiers, and families, before ending up in a collector's palm decades later. Each mark, nick, and discoloration on the surface adds to its unique charm and story. For collectors, condition always matters, and circulated coins are graded based on their remaining details. While an uncirculated 1938 penny may sparkle with original luster, circulated ones like this still carry immense educational and sentimental value. They allow us to study how coins age and how metal interacts with time and handling. Even in circulated condition, the 1938 penny is a beautiful artifact. Its age alone makes it appealing, as it predates major global events like World War II. Holding one feels like holding a quiet witness to history, a coin that survived the economic recovery, the rise of industry, and the early days of American global influence. The coin's copper composition also makes it fascinating from a material standpoint. Unlike modern pennies, which are mostly zinc with a thin copper coating, the 1938 version is solid bronze. This gives it durability and weight, as well as that distinct metallic ring when dropped on a surface, a sound that's music to collectors' ears. As with most circulated coins, cleaning is discouraged. Removing the natural patina that develops over time can actually decrease a coin's value. The darkened tone, oxidation, and surface marks are part of its journey, and collectors often prefer coins that show their age naturally. For beginner collectors, the 1938 penny is a great entry point into wheat cent collecting. It's affordable, widely available, and rich with historical context. Studying this coin helps new collectors understand how design, metal composition, and minting processes evolved over time. This coin also symbolizes American perseverance. It represents an era when citizens worked tirelessly to rebuild the nation after years of financial hardship. Even though it's just a cent, it reflects the strength and unity that defined the American spirit during the 1930s. Finding a 1938 penny in circulation today is rare but not impossible. It's a small thrill for any collector to come across one unexpectedly, proof that history still lives in our pockets. And even though it might not be worth a fortune, its sentimental and historical value far outweighs its face value. When we look closely at the details, even the worn ones, we're reminded of Brenner's craftsmanship and Lincoln's enduring influence. The design has lasted more than a century because it represents something timeless: integrity, equality, and hope. So whether your 1938 Lincoln wheat penny is shiny or heavily worn, treasure it. It's more than just copper, it's a tangible connection to America's past, a symbol of resilience, and a reminder that even the smallest coins can tell the grandest stories. Next up, the United States of America 1 cent 1941 Lincoln wheat penny in circulated condition. This coin, though small in denomination, holds a massive amount of history, value, and meaning for collectors and historians alike. It's more than just a piece of metal, it's a tangible symbol of an era that shaped the modern world. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny was designed by Victor David Brenner, whose iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln first appeared on the U.S. cent in 1909. This design replaced the Indian head cent and was created to honor the 100th anniversary of President Lincoln's birth. The choice to feature Lincoln was groundbreaking at the time, as it was the first time a real person, especially a president, was depicted on regular U.S. currency. On the obverse, we see the profile of Abraham Lincoln facing right, surrounded by the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," on the left, and the year 1941 on the right. The absence of a mint mark indicates that this particular coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Despite being circulated, Lincoln's image remains strong, symbolizing endurance and leadership during one of the most uncertain times in American history. The reverse side of the coin features the classic wheat ears design, with two wheat stalks curving inward to frame the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. Above these words is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This design represents America's agricultural roots and unity, both of which were vital values in the 1940s as the nation stood on the edge of World War II. Composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the 1941 penny has a warm reddish-brown tone when freshly minted. Over decades of circulation, these coins tend to darken, sometimes developing a smooth brown patina or greenish oxidation due to environmental exposure. Each color variation tells a story about where the coin has been and how it has endured. The year 1941 was a significant one in U.S. history. The world was at war, and although America had not yet officially entered World War II, it was already mobilizing its economy and industry to support the Allied forces. Coins like this penny were part of everyday life for millions of Americans: soldiers, factory workers, and families saving every cent in uncertain times. The Philadelphia Mint produced more than 887 million of these coins in 1941, making it one of the most common years for Lincoln cents. Yet, even with its high mintage, each surviving coin from that year serves as a window into the past. It circulated during a pivotal moment in history when the United States was preparing for one of its greatest challenges. Collectors appreciate circulated 1941 pennies because they're affordable, easy to find, and carry real historical depth. The wear on Lincoln's portrait or the fading of the wheat ears doesn't diminish its charm. In fact, it enhances it. Every small nick and scratch is a sign of the countless hands that used it to buy goods, pay bills, or save for the future. For beginners in coin collecting, the 1941 wheat penny is often a first find. It's still occasionally found in pocket change or old coin jars, making it an exciting discovery for anyone new to the hobby. It represents the beginning of a collector's journey, teaching important lessons about coin grading, condition, and historical context. In circulated condition, this coin may not hold high monetary value, but it holds deep educational and emotional worth. Its survival through more than 8 decades is proof of its durable copper composition and the care taken by generations who handled it. Coins like this help us connect with the past in a way that history books simply can't. One interesting aspect of 1941 pennies is their role in marking the end of an era. Just 2 years later, in 1943, copper was removed from cent production because it was needed for wartime ammunition. That makes the 1941 penny one of the last pre-war issues made entirely from copper, adding another layer of significance to this humble coin. Because of their copper content, these coins also have intrinsic metal value, especially during periods when copper prices rise. However, collectors typically value them for their age, design, and condition rather than their metal worth. The sentimental and historical connection far outweighs their 1-cent denomination. The coin's design has remained largely unchanged for over a century, a testament to Brenner's timeless artistry. The image of Lincoln continues to symbolize integrity, freedom, and perseverance, qualities that defined the American spirit in 1941 and continue to inspire today. Cleaning circulated coins like this is strongly discouraged, as it can remove the natural patina and damage the coin surface, reducing its collectible value. The best way to preserve its authenticity is to store it properly in a dry holder and appreciate it for what it is, a genuine piece of living history. For many collectors, owning a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny is like owning a small piece of the American story. It connects us to the people who lived through the Great Depression and faced the uncertainty of a world at war. Every time you hold it, you're holding the weight of that resilience and optimism. Even though millions of these coins were minted, finding one in great shape is still rewarding. The sharpness of Lincoln's features, the clarity of the lettering, and the preservation of the wheat ears can all enhance its appeal to collectors. Some exceptionally preserved examples even shine with red or red-brown luster. The 1941 penny's enduring presence proves that not all value is measured in money. Its true worth lies in its history, its design, and its survival across generations. It remains a reminder that even the smallest coins can carry the biggest stories of endurance and legacy. So if you have a 1941 wheat penny in your collection, take a moment to appreciate its journey. It's not just a coin, it's a survivor of history, a symbol of American strength, and a timeless treasure that continues to inspire collectors and historians alike.